Well, hello there. I am really happy to see you guys.
Hello.
It's been a long time. You hear that? That's AudioCraZ. He
Hello.
just said hello. So he wants to talk. He missed you too. So I'm going to give the camera over to him, and we're going to get this show rolling. So let's have some fun.
Okay,
Here he is.
Yay!
Whoops, sorry. First train wreck right out the gate.
Yes, we are consistent. Consistency is the
whoops.
key.
That's what I bring to the show.
Yeah, there you go. Rock on. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another. Well, we're back after a couple of weeks hiatus, and we still can't get it right out the
well,
gate.
you know, yeah.
We
We got
know
a
how
nice
to,
shot of Jesse drinking his coffee.
Yeah, really. That was awesome.
Ooh, man. Okay.
Okay.
I need more happy juice.
Cheers. That's where we're at. Cheers. Before I get too far, I completely forgot. I need to get the chat up. I apologize, people. I am sleeping at the wheel, and I also got to make sure Yep, that's muted. So give me a second here. I'm getting us up.
We're getting there. It's been a minute here.
It's been a minute. We do have a little special thing we're doing tonight. I have not gotten to it yet. I'm waiting for a few. Retro's in here. He's in here.
Retro, Mandy's here.
Game to Fame. How's it going, man?
Game to Fame. How are you guys?
Mandy is here.
Thank
Hi,
you for
Mandy.
joining us.
Welcome back. We had a little bit of a break, unintended, but we all had to work. Unfortunately, adulting got in the way. Adulting is revolting. It really is. I don't like to adult.
I want to
really
rage
don't.
against adulthood. I want to cancel this whole thing. I want to go back to being a minor.
I like that idea. Can I do that? Can I get a refund on this adulting?
That would be cool.
I would like a refund. I hope you guys had a great time. I've missed you guys so much. I'm glad to be back. We've had a lot going on, and there was a bunch of really big news. And there's actually some of the news that came from last week, and I don't care. I'm going to use it this week because it's kind of important to me. We got a special guest in the house, and this is Jesse from Canoodle Studios.
How's it going?
Hey,
good
Jesse,
buddy of mine.
how's it going, man?
He usually has to put up with me a little bit too much where I'm over there helping them with audio on was it Danny's show, and they every now and then we throw ideas at each other and small objects so they don't hurt. Stuff like that. So
It's fun throwing things at him, isn't it, Jesse?
It's learning and dodging.
yeah. Duck and weave. Sometimes you duck, sometimes you catch, and you never know what it is until it's in mid-flight.
Right.
It's great. Reflexes. It's been a while since you've been here. Like, things have changed in here for you, haven't it?
Yeah.
It's
It's been a very long time since I first started learning to use OBS,
oh, yeah.
which you taught me also.
Yeah, rock on. Yeah, OBS is a fun thing. If anybody else has played with it, you got to get in it. Those of you guys live stream, you got to play with OBS. So don't get it set up and then just leave it. Tweak it with it. It's so much fun to play with. I think, what was it? The fun thing I kind of showed you was like the layering.
Yeah.
And then you've like gone mad with it. I've seen some of the stuff you guys have been doing. And it's just like, oh, that's actually, it's like the student has become the master. It's like that's kind of cool. I may have to steal that. I haven't. Well, no, I think it's a couple ideas that you guys done that I've kind of ninja'd. But oh man, well. I think it's about time. We need to get this. We got a little surprise here. I haven't told anybody here. Everybody's kind of oblivious. So, yeah, he's completely clueless. He doesn't have an idea. I keep saying surprise, and he looks at me, and I just like, you'll figure it out. Oh, before we get too far away, I'm just going to let you guys know. Tonight we are trying, Happy Juice is Templeton Rye Maple Cask Finish. And the reason being is this is really good, and I really wanted Jesse to try something different. As I said before, it's like drinking a drunk donut. It's like a hint of a maple bar in there, and it's really, really good. What do you think?
I love it, and it's definitely a drunk donut. Drunk donut, delicious juice.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, nummy, 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 nummy. It's like if you got a sweet tooth and you like to be happy,
You like sweet things and turning your bad feelings into good feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, little Retro. Well, Retro said his son says what's up to everybody. How you doing, little Retro?
How's it going, man? My chat has stopped working. It's like I haven't not seen any chat in a few. So give me a second. Let me refresh the page.
So,
Oh, there it is. Now
how
I'm
is
seeing
everybody
it.
doing? Everybody got
Okay.
quiet. The chat was, I mean, come
It
on
may
now.
be. Well, I think YouTube's been having issues. All right. So
Could be.
on with the surprise. So
Surprise.
there was a special event that happened last week, wasn't there, Beard?
Yeah, there was.
And what was that?
Oh, you're not doing that.
Yes, I am. I'm a horrible person.
I was working. That was the special event.
No. Didn't you get a little older?
Yeah, I got a little older.
You did. All right. So down below, inside the cabinet there's a little package, or a little container.
Oh no.
You need to pull that out.
Hang on, let me pull up the beard cam here. Look, I have a cupcake.
And now we have to do the singing because he turned.
Oh,
The beard got a year older last week. We got to miss it, so I was going to redo it this week. So everybody all together, probably not in sync, and we don't care. Happy birthday to you. Ha. Happy birthday to you. Ha. Happy birthday, dear Gary.
Aw. I feel
Happy
loved.
birthday to you.
well, thank you, folks. Now I'm
It's the
gonna
first time I've had to sing that in like 10 years.
I'm gonna give the camera back to Ray so I can eat my cupcake.
Yes. So
dare
yeah,
you.
we missed the Beard's birthday, so I wanted to do something a little special for him, and I also didn't surprise him because I like things awkward.
Congratulations, mission accomplished.
Yeah, he's like, we're not doing that, are we? Yes, we are. The more awkward it gets, the happier I get. All right. So one of the things I want to talk about was what was it? Google Stadia had been out for a while, and that is the live stream, the gaming live stream. Whereas you can have a low spec computer, but you're getting it a game. They basically render the game on a server somewhere, or you render it on a local computer. I'm not sure how that works, but then you get it. It streams to a device, and you can play it on your TV or on your low spec computer. Well, today, and it kind of caught me midday, and I didn't have a chance to get a whole lot prepped on it. NVIDIA dropped theirs after a real short testing. And it is called GeForce Now. If anybody has been tempted by Google Stadia, just that's nobody now. That's the person in the back. You just well, I won't say that much, but that's everybody who complained it wasn't quite working with Google, with NVIDIA. Everybody says that's the way it should have been done, and a lot of people are saying that it's pretty good. So anybody was tempted? Me personally, I'm not, because I like buying expensive computer hardware. But for those of you who have low spec but still want a game, low spec systems still want a game, check out GeForce Now. I think it's like $5 a month. And if you already own games in your Steam library, those are supported. That's the other big thing is with in GeForce Now, it supports like couple of thousand games right out the bat, where Google is like barely got 20 or 30. I think it's like 24 or 36 games, something like that. It's a real low number. If anybody knows the number here, I was trying to pull it up. But with GeForce Now, it's like your Steam library is supported. There is a little bit of downside to this, and that is currently GeForce Now does not support RTX titles. Which is kind of ironic, because the company that makes the RTX cards doesn't support on their new streaming platform the RTX game. Yeah.
Can we say oversight?
I think it was a budget cut, because I think that with the servers they built, I don't know if have you ever seen a like an NVIDIA server? It basically, you've got like a 4U server, and inside there's graphics card. Like there's probably like 6 to 8 graphics cards loaded into a single server, and they can have an instance of a game running on each card. So on one computer, they can have that many, or you can have a couple low end if the games are low end rendering, very little CPU graphics card. You can actually split the load and have a graphics card run multiple. And there's probably they're not full blown graphics cards. They're NVIDIA graphics processing add-on cards is essentially what it is. There's no video add-on. They're just, all they do is sit there and chew out, render the games, and then render them kind of like what OBS does, and then streams it to your computer as a video. Now, from what everybody says, it's a low latency. I'm anxious to try it out. I want to check it out, just kind of experience it. But it's interesting. I got a feeling this is kind of where things are going to go, mostly because if you really think about it, streaming providers are eliminating piracy. And I know a lot of gaming companies would rather have their games on. Now, I do think it's kind of bad from a standpoint because a company can stand to make more money selling individual titles than they can with the streaming service, because the streaming service is going to be like, well, they did play your game, but they're only paying $5 a month. They're only making they're only paying $10 a month. So you only get a percentage of that. I can still see at this current day and time that gaming companies are going to profit more from selling their titles individually, but I do know they're getting involved with the streaming. I'm not sure how that's going to work, so we'll see. But I do know the other thing I don't like about streaming. Streaming is cool, but the only thing, and I've said this in the past with other streaming, especially if you have like Netflix and stuff, once they get rid of something, lose a license to something, it's gone. Yeah. Whereas if you buy a title, you always get to play it, but if they're not updating it, they may not be able to play it later. And there's another game of this that we're going to talk about later. But yeah. What else are we going to talk about?
I'm going to take a second. Retro, just as I had gone away to eat my cupcake, I saw your wish. Thank you, Retro. I appreciate it. The happy birthday wish.
I'm just going to take a drink, and you went back to me.
Okay, I'm here.
The glass was almost to the lips.
Well, like you've never seen us drink happy juice before.
True. I'll give you that one. So, what's your take, Beard? What's your take on the like? Would you be willing to play gaming on the streaming service?
I don't mind gaming on a streaming service. The only thing I like having a physical copy at the same time, though, or at least let me download it. But
you actually like having your own personal license to a game.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people, I find it funny. People go, "Well, I like to have a physical copy of the game." I says everybody they don't even, it's hard to even get a physical copy of a game anymore. Right. Everything's downloaded, but it's like, the technical term is you pay for a user license.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see that. Yeah.
But people like to say, "I bought the game," and like, well, you bought the rights to play it.
I purchased the rights to play the program that was burnt onto a disc.
Exactly. Well,
that's what I purchased the disc.
Exactly. And but here's the thing, though. Technically, you can't do anything with the game that under certain aspects because it's still copyrighted and owned by the company that made it.
True.
So there's the whole thing.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. Weird. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, that's just what I meant. I like being able to pop a game in and play it if I want to play it. I don't have to be online if I don't want to be online.
Yeah, and that honestly, it's like I love Steam, but I'm always connected online now, so I think it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of strange. But I do have some old games. I have some retro games. If the internet ever goes down, I can just pop in Total Annihilation or Doom or stuff like that. But if Steam, if I can't connect to my online games, but
and see, that's what I'm talking about. If the Wi-Fi goes down, where's your game?
I can fix that.
I'm quite good at. Mario Kart Tour. Yeah, that took over my life.
Is that the Mario Kart 8? Okay,
no. This is the vertical, the online, the mobile one.
Oh, the new one.
Awesome.
The newer one.
Me and my daughter played that a lot on my phone, and I got bored with it. Plus, to me, honestly, that game my honest opinion is it's really well done. It looks great. It's way too microtransaction heavy for me.
Yeah. I didn't pay anything, but I just like bumpers, so I don't go flying off the cliff every like 3 turns.
Oh,
It's like bowling.
Yeah, it's
with
Mario
the
Kart
bumpers.
on easy mode.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all me right
So
there.
I've been honestly, the only thing that's gotten me tempted right now, and I know there's a lot of really great games. The only thing that's gotten me tempted with buying a Nintendo Switch was Mario Kart 8. It's like I really want Mario Kart. I really want Mario Kart. That's really the only thing that's got me.
Jared just got a Ring Fit, and it's a lot of fun. It's like their new exercise thing for the Wii Plus. I don't know
Oh,
if that-
okay.
Oh, okay, like kind of like the
a
Wii Fit.
exercise ring, and you have to like run. There's something that straps around your thigh that does your running, and then you have a giant ring with a controller on it, and it does
Oh, okay.
like heart monitoring and shit. Like
Nice.
Huh. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that
it's a lot
out.
of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exercise, but I remember when like Wii Fit came out back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. That was cool.
I never got to play with the Wii Fit. That was something I saw a lot of people have, and I was like, oh, this would be a cool idea, and I never got it. I've tried to do the whole for a long time. Like for one point in time, I got the Xbox, and I tried to buy nothing but Kinect sensor games. So,
Yeah.
and then eventually you're just sitting on the couch with a controller.
Yeah. Well, I just feel dumb. I wish I liked like dancing with like those dancing
Oh
games.
yeah.
But I can't.
Can't do it.
Yeah, they'll show me like a playback of me doing it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. This makes me not want to play it anymore because I look like I'm having convulsions.
I also look like I've never done this a day in my life.
Exactly. Oh, look at that. It looks like my ankle broke right there. It's just flopping around, and I think I'm doing a great job. Yeah.
Oh, look at my shirt just rode up.
Now
That's-
it's just hanging
that's
there.
normal.
Yeah, right there. That's where my hip popped. So yeah, no, that was a. Maddie goes, it was fun.
It was fun.
I'm gonna have to check that out because
I have a
don't
Wii.
mind- What's that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What was I gonna say? I don't mind playing fitness games if they're not. You're not presenting to me as fitness. If you're presenting it as a game, that's why.
Yeah.
Honestly, the game I was losing a bit of weight with was Fruit Ninja. You ever played Fruit Ninja?
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, on the phone?
No,
Oh,
on the
it's like,
Xbox.
what kinda? Okay, so that's
On the
you actually have
Xbox,
to
I
do
when
something.
I used to have an Xbox 360. I lost that in the divorce too. And we used to play Fruit Ninja. And that was just one of those games where it was just like, I'm chopping the crap out of these. Freaking die, you watermelon. You know, and it's just, yeah. Oh, I have videos of my kids doing it too. They loved it. And yeah, those are the kind of games that I enjoy. It's just like I'll lose some weight trying to beat a high score with, you know, like Fruit Ninja, some other Kinect sensor games. And then they just kind of, I don't know, I can't sit with a controller. I have a hard time with sitting with a controller. Keyboard and mouse, you can see my Twitch streams. I'll dive into it for hours on end. But playing games with a controller just depends on what it is.
Now, see, I'm the opposite. I prefer a controller. I don't mind a keyboard and a mouse, but I like controllers and consoles.
Oh man. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys watched Twitch this weekend. Me and my daughter were live streaming. I'm editing the video right now. I've created a second YouTube channel just for putting this stuff up. I didn't want to include it with this normal page. I created something that's called AudioCraZ Gaming. If you want to check it out, go ahead. Most of it right now is just me and my daughter finding games online and live streaming it.
Nice.
This weekend, and I'm gonna have to remind me to show you guys after the show. I found a really good first-person shooter called Goat of Duty.
Yeah, I saw your when you shared that. Yeah. I didn't see the actual stream, but
Yes.
Greatest of all time, or like, bah.
It's just no. It's goat. You're a goat with a robotic arm that holds your weapons, and it's a first-person like 15-minute turn. Yeah, it's just a deathmatch style game that is. The normal gameplay modes are kind of cool. It's actually fairly well polished. I was impressed. I was thinking a game like this somebody threw together, and it was like the company that put it together did a pretty good job polishing it, and it plays really well. But I'm going to tell you this: Fus Farah, which is you got a gun that does push. Okay, it pushes the person away. Well, when you go that mode, the only weapon you get is the push gun, and you're on maps that are open, so you can fall to your death. So you're trying to push people off the map.
Nice.
You're trying to push the other sheep. I've got some video and I'll show it to you. Once we found out that mode, we played for an hour, just dying, laughing, having the best time. So if you guys want to know, just we'll see what he goes.
We play or we fit. Really fun. Kids show us just how out of shape we really are.
Yes, yes. Kids are like, and you're looking at your kids going, I wish I had an eighth of your energy. I really do. Yeah, Goat of Duty, and I'll have the video put up this weekend, sometime this week. I'm taking vacation for a couple of days, so I'm gonna sit home and try to. I've got a bunch of videos I've been trying to get to, and it's just been crazy busy. I won't have time tomorrow night because I got Danny's show, so we're gonna get that done. Where are we at on time? I know we've been talking pretty
It's
good.
only been 20 minutes.
Okay. We've been trying to play catch up and just kind of BS. And a lot of this stuff has just been didn't have time to do any lookup. And you guys have been checking up on Warcraft 3 or Warcraft 3 Reforged, which is kind of more Warcraft 3 Raged, which is, I don't know if you got here. Basically, Blizzard had been working in 2018. They announced it, I believe is when it was.
I believe it was then, yeah.
It was 2018. They've been showing stuff, and essentially what they did was they decided to take Warcraft 3, which is like a 15-plus-year-old game. This is a game that predates World of Warcraft. So I think it's like 16 or 17 years old. There is still an active community playing it. No, pretty good active community, and Blizzard's been updating it, making sure it stays run. But it's an old 4x3 game. People still play it. There's still competitive ladders and stuff like that. There's still a pretty healthy community. Well, Blizzard Activision decided that they were going to make a Reforged. They were going to update the game. They were going to revamp it, or they were going to re-release it. 4K graphic. Well, let's see here. Back in 2018, they called for major changes. Let's see, it was fully remodeled characters and animations, remastered maps and campaigns, updated UI and world editor, reforged in 4K resolution. Essentially, they were going to make a 4K game out of a game that was 720 by 480. Yeah, it was a 4x3 aspect ratio game. It was it's pretty old. I mean, you were playing 2 monitors and single core processors back then. If you were lucky, you had 4. Back in that day, you were lucky to have 32 megabytes of RAM on your system, or 64. I can't remember about that time. Let's see. I have Warcraft 3 on my Windows XP station. Put XP. Yes, I saw that. I'm glad you put XP back on there. It irritated me when you try to put Windows 10 on that poor old thing. It's a retro computer. Leave it. And here's the thing, though. It still worked on with the old version of Battle.net, and there were still people playing online and competing. So it was a pretty good, pretty big community. Not only that, but it still had the old legacy LAN play, which a lot of people love doing, so they can play with multiple computers on their local network. But basically, there was a big. It finally got released last week. To a lot of disappointment. And when I say that, I am saying there are Reddit groups dedicated to getting refunds.
Nice.
No joke. As of today, Blizzard has released a statement apologizing. What do we say here? So, okay, they go, let's see here. They go, we want to say we're sorry for those of you who didn't have the experience you wanted. We wanted to share our plans for what's coming next. They go on and talk about a bunch of stuff. We share release plans and work progress. Let me see if we can find the actual. I actually covered the whole thing. There's a synopsis here, but I think I forgot it. Apologize. But essentially, they go on and talk about how basically in 2018, they showed a cutscene, and everybody was like, all right, this is cool. They went back and decided to change it and changed the design and the way it worked to reflect more like the old school way of doing it, but not in a good way. And people were like, what is this? So there's been a lot of outrage. So basically what happens is like I said, in 2018, they showed up fully remodeled characters and animations, remastered maps, campaigns, upgraded UI, world editor. One of the things that's really got people upset, and this is something he dug up in the end user license agreement, and it's a little bit different than what most companies do. But essentially, it states if you make any maps, you make anything within their game, they own it. They do not have to seek your permission. They don't even have to credit you for it. Yeah, which is it's far more reaching what most companies do. They basically said, "No, we own it and we have full rights to it. Whatever you make in our game." Let's see here. Trying to find. Let's see here. Lead designer goes. One of the things we want to do with our campaign is level it up to what people know from World. Oh, this was back in 2018. Looking back at the campaign, we wanted locations that you remember or know from World of Warcraft to match what you see in Reforged, and we want to go through some of the stories to tie the two franchises together in a tighter way. Yeah, they wanted to change things. It's incredibly important us to first get it right for an existing community and that we want to do things and appeal more people. But in doing so, we need to make sure that you guys who are in the room, that that core audience that has never left this game and love it to death and don't want to see us change it so drastically that you don't recognize it anymore, that's our first mission, to make sure you guys give a thumbs up when it ships. They haven't. All right, so some of the changes they made was back in 2018 panel where they listed limitations to animation changes they could make while keeping the new version of Warcraft compatible with the older one. And sure enough, those were obviously obvious in Reforged. What really makes the units look a bit odd is their low frame rate. Yes, you can enjoy Warcraft 3 at 200 frames per second, but if you're looking at your army, it looks more like stop motion.
Oh, wow.
The old game was limited by frame rates. The new game is unlocked, but even though it's weird. Let's see here. Basically what it is they rechanged a bunch of the cutscenes in between, and what they showed in 2018, they changed completely, and they don't look as good. And people are like, this is not what you showed us. Where is the bigger one? Okay. The most crucial thing, and this is for people who play, because they decided, and I think this was a huge mistake on their part, they wanted to make the original Warcraft 3 compatible to play against people using Warcraft 3 Reforged. It doesn't make any sense, but they wanted to do that. In doing so, they had to update the old game. But they removed features that had been in there for 20 years in doing the process. So Reforged has retroactively removed features from the original version. As players noted on the Warcraft 3 subreddit, the original game, which shares a client with Reforged to allow players to compete against one another across both versions, suddenly lost features that have existed for nearly 20 years. Those include clans, automated tournaments, LAN and offline play, ranked ladder play, and more. Many players also say that custom campaigns no longer work either, and Blizzard has said it's working on it. Other players have pointed out that there is a workaround. You can launch custom campaigns through the editor, but to the average player, it's a crucial feature that has simply vanished from the game they already own. Essentially, the game wasn't finished. And here's my thought process on it. Why did they make a change to the old game? One, playing on a higher resolution gives you an unfair advantage. Not so much on a higher resolution, but also on a different aspect ratio. So someone running on a 4:3 resolution screen has less on their screen, whereas somebody with widescreen is going to have more information, which is going to help them play a little bit more competitively.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, now I haven't played the game. I don't know if they added. I don't know if they added. I was under the impression it was still 4:3, but I haven't played Warcraft 3. I don't see why they try to make the two compatible, because you're making so many changes to update the game. They should be two separate games. You should have your Reforged, and you should leave your player base alone. They essentially upset people with a game that they weren't expecting and not happy with, and then those changes have made negative impacts to a game they already had and been loving, and they're not having any. They don't want to make the changes back. No, they're like, we're going forward with this. We're going forward with this. Yeah, I love some of the comments. Daddy Activision killed this company some time ago. False advertising of a broken game that killed a classic. Warcraft 3 Refunded is the latest embarrassment from Activision Blizzard.
They catfish people.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It's really hard, because especially when you have the huge debacle of Blizzard Activision getting rid of dumping employees like they did a while back. I know they're really trying. I know there's a lot of really good people that work at Blizzard, but Activision is really destroying that company. They really are. And the changes they made to honestly, they should have never done anything to Warcraft 3. That game should have been left alone. Maybe update it, but eliminating free. Oh, they eliminated land play. They removed that out of the original game.
Which just seems like that's part of the base of the whole.
It is
love of it, right?
So a lot of people, what they're trying to do, I think what they've gone through and done is uninstalled it, reinstalled it up to
that.
The update before. But the problem is if you go on Battle.net, I think it kind of forces you. So I don't know how people are doing that. I really feel bad for those guys. For the hardcore players that have been loving and enjoying Warcraft 3, they've been keeping that community alive. I really think it's a shame what they did. I really think Blizzard really, they missed the dartboard altogether. They missed the mark. They missed the wall. Can they fix it? Separate the two games. How hard is that? The two games should have never been like, oh yeah, we want the two compete. No. Why? What's the point? Leave the old game alone. If you're going to take away features, don't touch it. Unless there's some technical reason you have to. But I know what it was. They wanted people to play it, so then they felt, because here's the thought process. And I'm almost certain this was the thought process. Don't tell me they weren't. They knew that if they made the two games compatible to play against each other, that the guys playing the newer ones would have a little bit more unfair advantage. So the new guys that like to play competitive would feel more obligated to buy the newer one. To me, as far as I'm concerned, that thing was a sales tactic.
Yeah.
It was a way of generating more money. That's the only reason you mess with an old game like that. Honestly, that's my opinion on it. Neither one of you guys ever play Warcraft 3? I played it years ago. It's been a long time since I
Not
played.
3. I played up to 2 and
Warcraft 2?
yeah.
And basically, like I said, that whole storyline predates what? I think it predates WoW by 10 years. Not 10 years real life, 10 years story.
Story, right?
Yeah. So
10
I'm done with that one.
10 Warcraft years.
Yeah. In the game lore. I may be wrong. It may be like 5 years, maybe 15 years. I don't know. I can't really remember. What else we got? Let's see here. I think do you think it's Cave Jam time?
Sure. Let's do the
I
Cave
want to
Jam.
get on some more happy stuff.
All right.
Cave Jam! Those guys don't know, once a week we decided to pick something and we kind of showcase it. It be an item, it can be a toy. A lot of times they're just toys. They're stupid things we like to buy. This week, I got this, and I thought it would be something good to talk to some of you guys, because I have a lot of friends who are doing Uber, or what was the other one again? You told me?
Lyft.
Thank you. They're doing Uber Lyft driving. or they're doing the food delivery things, or if they're just pizza delivery. I love you guys. You bring me pizza.
Right?
I really do love you guys.
To all the delivery drivers out there, cheers.
So
Nothing but love for you.
yeah, cheers.
And
Cheers.
you know, the Lyft and Uber drivers.
Yeah.
You're delivering people. You know what I mean?
Typically they're drunk
So, yeah.
and annoying, but
You're delivering them safely, and you
we love you
have
for it.
respect from us for whatever
that being
that's worth.
said, tonight's Cave Jam is this is a little bit lower cost one, but it seems to work pretty decently. This is the 1080. Where's my notes? The Toe Guard
1080p.
Now, okay, what it says 1080p full HD, but basically what it is, there is a front camera and a rear camera. So you have a 1080p camera aimed out in front of your car, and a 720 wide angle that's pointed at you inside the vehicle. And I have one here. I bought this actually for a friend of mine, and she Ubers and stuff. I have not given it to her yet. I've been trying, but it hasn't happened. It comes with a full, DC charger, a USB cable to plug it in that way. But the nice thing is it records on a micro SD card.
Nice.
And I've seen some of the videos on the video quality. It actually works. It looks pretty good. This is one of the reasons why I got it. Is a lot of people reviewed it as pretty good. It's 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it has these two cameras, which,
Cool.
yeah, it's adjustable, so you can have. Oh wow, it's got a charge to it.
Nice.
And the nice thing is on the screen, it's got like a split screen.
What?
So you can see what the two cameras are doing. So you flip this one around, and now I have a 1080p camera out here and a 720 wide angle this way.
Nice.
And like I said, it's one of those things where, to all my friends that are doing this stuff, I highly recommend it. If you're doing Uber, if you're doing pizza delivery, get something like this. Protect yourself. One, accidents happen, and there's nothing that beats hearsay or she said, he said.
He said she's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then telling the cops,
I got the
I
video.
have a dash cam. If you want, you can plug into it and pull a video down from it right now. And they'll do that, and they're like, okay, that's all the evidence we need. We don't need to take statements. We don't need to do a whole lot. We can look at the buttons work pretty good. We don't need to, and then trust me, something like this can save you a lot of headache with insurance and everything else. Now, if you drive like an idiot, this will hurt you more than anything else, but that's what you get.
Also, if you're driving through the Dale,
yes,
you never know
right.
what kind of glorious viral video finds you will see
Oh,
across the street
jeez.
at that 7-Eleven.
Man,
you can
hey,
almost give
let me
Russia
borrow
level.
that camera for a little while. Then I'm driving home later.
Beard cam.
I'm scared you're going to take it home. Take it
Ooh,
to
the
bed
beard
with you.
cam. I like that.
Yeah, really.
just
But yeah,
attach it to
no.
the
So
beard?
I got this. Like I said, I got this. This one's actually pretty expensive. It's $70. It takes a micro SD card. I believe it supports up to a 32 gig or 64 gig.
Is it the kind of thing you have to hit record when something's going down, or is it just
It actually
constant loop?
the reason why I got this one is you can hit it and there's a sensor mode. So if there's a big shock, it automatically starts recording like someone hits your car while it's parked and you're not in it.
So it's like a Ring doorbell. But
It really is.
for your-
It's got what is it? It's got night vision mode. It's got front and rear camera. It's got a the shock sensor. It's got what else? It's like a security system. Whereas if you hit record, it'll overwrite the oldest with the newest. So if it fills up the card, it will continuously keep recording, just deleting the oldest video there. So if you get a pretty good size memory card, like I don't know what this thing will support up to.
I don't see anything on here.
I'm going to say at least it supports a 64 gig. If you're lucky, it may support 256 gig. Ooh, there's a little manual. It's got words and stuff in it. Let me see if I can read. I'm going to read like the wording and stuff. There's pictures I can color too.
Pictures.
I like pictures. I like how they show you how you can route the cable up and over and down the passenger side dash. That way they can cut the cable. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Ha!
But I'm trying to see, like, that's the one thing it doesn't say in here. Like, how much does it space? 16 or 32 gig. A class 10, 16 or 32 gig card.
32 is not bad.
No, 32 gig is actually pretty. Because you got to remember, it's a single video. 1 hour of 1080p is probably 3 gigs.
Oh, really? So you can have a pretty
Yeah, you can have
on that.
several. Well, you're also going to have a 720, but 720 is half that. So you're going to have a considerable amount of video. And it's got USB where you plug it into a laptop, pull the video down.
Game to Fame says we should do a Bakersfield live show with the camera.
A live show
I
with
like
the
that.
camera.
Oh,
I would.
hey, thank you, Game. I just saw that. I apologize for not addressing that sooner. Thank you for that.
I would love to, but unfortunately, something like this doesn't have video out.
No, but we could record the videos and air them on the show.
Put it on a shopping cart, go downtown.
I'm just saying.
Maybe. I'm going to play around with it.
There
I may post
are
some videos.
options.
Yeah, there are options. But I'll definitely I'll play around with that. I don't know.
That would be
fun to
great
take it out.
for family car trips, you know? I mean, there's always those weird things that someone says that, you know, become funny stories later, but if you can have video of whatever, that would be hilarious.
Like I said, the main thing I was saying, and the features on it were, like I said, it's got the parking monitor,
Yeah.
the 170-degree wide angle, the G sensor with, like I said, any unusual shaking or rapid acceleration and deceleration will be recorded. So it's not going to be Tesla level, you know,
Right.
watchdog kind of stuff,
But you've got something there as an extra layer of security.
it does. And honestly, and as you can tell, it's got a battery in it. The charger is only for charging up the battery. So as soon as you shut the car off, it's got a battery for a while. So it's going to stay running.
Cool.
For all my Uber and we post a link for this.
I will take care of that right now.
He's going to post a link
Yep.
to it. Sorry, we got a link for it. We're sleeping at the wheel. I completely forgot to get my notes. We were off a week, and we are way, way, way off. But yeah, this is the Togard CE41.
There is the link right there in the chat.
Yeah,
so
he put
guys,
the link
check
to
that
the-
out.
And yes, those links do help us out. If you guys do decide to purchase it, and while using that link, we will get a kickback. It won't be much, but it does help out a little bit.
We get like
and we
10,
greatly
it's not
appreciate
much.
everything.
And it all goes to the show.
It does.
It's not like
does.
it goes in our pockets.
That's where the lights came from.
Yep.
It's where a lot of my other bad habits come from. This comes from my work because I need this for work.
It's employment aid.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, 170 degree wide front angle lens and 140 degree wide cabin lens. So, and I've seen, if you look on YouTube, there's a handful. There's like 600 and something review. Yeah, 699 ratings.
Are there? Okay, yeah.
And it's 4.5
699,
out of 5-star rating.
with 192 answered questions. So I mean, that's not bad. You can tell that they're
$69.99. It's a really good deal. And I think there was a coupon for it today. So, but yeah, it's loop recording, much like if you guys ever mess with DVRs, like security camera systems, it's continuous recording because all it does is as soon as it fills up, it just starts deleting the oldest stuff. So, yeah, but like I said, pizza delivery, any kind of delivery people, whether you deliver food or some of us annoying people.
Retro
yourself.
says, put it on a shopping cart and go through Walmart. oh, man.
You don't understand the stupid stuff me and my daughter do whenever we're going to Target.
That's
It's
great.
bad.
People
Like we
of
cannot
Walmart.
go by a candy aisle without like drooling and finding. Oh, she was about to pick us out. So we didn't. I apologize, everybody. We didn't have a candy challenge this week because I failed. It happens.
Well, yeah, we just couldn't. I looked.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. We
couldn't find anything that we hadn't done locally yet.
Yeah, we tried to do something last minute. No, there was a couple of things at Target, and we just.
Oh,
didn't,
were there?
Yeah, there was some Oreo cookies that were questionable.
Yeah,
Oreo's
well,
been getting really, really.
I saw somebody's post about some Peeps.
Oh,
gross.
yeah.
I saw that. What was it?
No.
No, they were flaming hot
Flaming.
Peeps.
Yeah.
Did you see my response? The heck is this abomination? I hate Peeps.
Oh, they're
I don't like
disgusting.
them. They're nasty. And then someone put flaming hot on them. I'm like,
I don't care if they said
I'm feeding
inject
that to
them
my
with
dog.
Fireball whiskey. No.
yeah, no. I'm not a huge fan of Fireball whiskey either.
No.
And it's mostly because
I love cinnamon and baking. That's it.
Ooh, no. I see. I remember one time, someone gave me some really nice hot cinnamon drink, and 2.5 red cups in, I asked, what the heck was this? As I was trying to pick myself off the floor. And they told me, oh, that's whiskey. I was like, that's whiskey. And then it started hit, because I was just like, oh, this is really good. I was slamming it down.
Nice.
I was,
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
And then I realized, and literally the conversation was I started cussing out the Canadians that made it.
You Canadians.
You crazy, yeah.
BDA.
Hot tamale peeps, yes.
No.
No.
See, I
think it was Retro was the one that posted that in the chat. You
I
guys
like that you agree with me there. You know, I appreciate that.
The sad
Jesse,
thing is I got a
man.
feeling that's going to arrive in my mail.
Even hot tamales, like in popcorn, people will do that. Gross.
I don't understand. Don't leave popcorn alone.
You know what? I've got some popcorn. It's. I think you might like it.
Salt
It is.
and butter. That's all I want on my popcorn.
There's jalapeno in it.
Oh, that actually
Tapatio,
sounds good.
Tapatio, like at the Maya.
No. Just
Oh, man.
just a little bit of jalapeno juice. I think that'd be good.
Jalapeno, yeah. I think you can just get jalapeno or sriracha.
You guys are making me hungry.
I got friends that make things.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, check it out. It's good
Yes.
stuff. These guys, like I said, this one had a really good review, and I decided to get it. And it's actually a pretty good little unit. Definitely check it out. Definitely all my friends that are Uber drivers, stupid people drivers, whatever. I don't know.
Any
Limo
commercial
drivers.
driver, period. Actually, I think that's absolutely.
If you ever
good.
have to drive me around because I'm an idiot, yeah, you just get a good webcam because you'll probably get some the videos of me picking my nose. It's great.
Just email the footage to me,
yeah.
please.
All right. Now on to the big one. I am so happy about this. Oh, I am so happy about this. I haven't played in a while, but I actually own both the previous games. Here recently, I was kind of excited to hear about the past game. For a while now, the developer for Torchlight 1 and Torchlight 2 was working on Torchlight Frontier, and it was going to be more of an open-ended game. Well, as they've been working on it, they decided to retool it. So here not too long ago, and I'm trying to remember the exact day it happened, they decided to rename. You get rid of the Warcraft Reforged.
I apologize for that, folks.
We are done with that. We have moved on. There we go. What the heck? Do me a favor. That logo at the top.
Oh yeah. I
That's
see
the
that.
wrong logo. I apologize. I forgot to switch that out. I neglected that. I apologize. Torchlight Frontier has gotten renamed to Torchlight 3.
Torchlight 3.
So previously, Torchlight Frontiers was going to be more of an open-ended game. It wasn't technically going to be a sequel. It was just going to be, I think, kind of a hybrid between a top-down game to kind of like Diablo to being... Now they're going to basically make it more... they're going to make it a sequel now. They've decided to rename it from Torchlight Frontiers to Torchlight 3. Oh, that one didn't... His voice started going away right there.
That's not good.
Yeah, so basically Torchlight Frontiers is now Torchlight 3. And they stated, along with this name change comes the major shift in our design approach to Torchlight 3. Torchlight 3 will be released as a premium title. I think the Torchlight Frontiers was going to be subscription. It was going to be like a multiplayer online game. For a $1 price, you will own the game and be able to play it the way you want, online or off. That's what I'm happy about.
All right.
Offline play. I think that's something that's kind of died, and I'm really happy to see some game companies still kind of adopt it because the internet does go down.
Exactly.
Over the past year, we have gathered massive amounts of feedbacks from our alpha testers. After reviewing this feedback, discussing with our internal teams, and receiving guidance from our publisher, we've determined that this is the best course for the game. This shift helps us to bring Torchlight back to its roots and make it the sequel to Torchlight 1 and 2 it was always meant to be. Now, one of the most important changes for me, I'm happy to see, they have removed the in-game real money store.
Right.
It was going to be a free-to-play, and they was going to have microtransactions. The microtransactions are now gone.
Nice.
I am so happy that companies are starting to realize that they can't microtransaction us to death.
Thank you for that.
I'm really happy to see that. Now, a lot of you guys are wondering if you have not seen, why you haven't seen a whole lot, like you haven't seen people's, there's been a lot of people alpha testing. I have not been able to. I'm a little upset about it. I have not quite got over it either. But they do have quite a handful of people alpha testing this. Unfortunately, everybody that is under NDA, so you will not see pictures, screenshots. You will not see live streams of it. You won't see any of that. Not until the NDA has been lifted, and they have not stated when that's going to be. Most likely, it's going to be happening whenever the retail game gets dropped.
Probably.
Let's see here. They go. We are taking the opportunity to adjust our approach with alpha testing, because they've been with the alpha testers. They're wiping everything. Character progress with the release of Update 10, and here's another thing that I am extremely, extremely happy for, because originally it was going to be theirs, and you had to use their client. Torchlight 3 is going to be coming to Steam. So if you guys notice, you go into Steam, you'll notice that Torchlight 3 is there. You can add it to your wish list.
Nice.
So yeah, if you guys, so those of us who already own 1 and 2 on Steam, we're going to be able to get Torchlight 3 on Steam. They can say at least one or more wipe will be coming prior to launch, so that all players will start with the retail release with a fresh account. This will allow us to streamline our development. They put development, and testing methodologies. We'll be able to release updates on a tighter schedule to our players, who will be able to more easily jump around the content, providing us with greater feedback and deeper testing capabilities. Don't fear, if you've been with us on this journey, any alpha exclusive collectibles you've earned are being tracked and will be made available to your retail account. Let's see here. There was something else, and they've also actually just recently updated, I think yesterday or the day before, mostly restating, but they also did a lot of the changes that were happening. They've also updated with some of the new character classes. The gun. I don't think they're called Gunzerkers anymore, but that's basically they're already updating on the Torchlight 3 website a lot of the changes and stuff. Let's see here. Torchlight Front. On the news release from their stream, it's been a bit of a rocky road for the upcoming Torchlight game. Developer Runic Games, maker of Torchlight and Torchlight 2, was closed. Yeah, so basically Runic got closed. Torchlight Frontiers was made at Etra Games, was delayed from 2019. It's supposed to be released this year. Along with the name change comes a major shift in our design approach to Torchlight 3. Torchlight 3 will be released as a premium title for $1 box price. You own the game. Yeah, it's in the state. But yes, you'll be able to get it on Steam. This was the big news release for on Steam. I don't have the alpha list here, but like I said, they're doing a lot of production work on the game, and I'm really happy to see it. The fact that it's coming back as a Torchlight 3 and not trying to be this massive multiplayer with microtransactions, I am extremely happy to see. I'm really looking forward to playing it, because I've dumped a lot of hours. If you were one of those people that played Diablo, the original Diablo game, before it got really crazy, and I'm not saying Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 is bad. I do enjoy them. I think they've just... Blizzard's kind of taken it in a little bit different direction that I tend to enjoy. That's why I really haven't enjoyed Diablo 3. I still think they're great games. I'm not trying to knock them. But Torchlight 2, I think I enjoy a lot better. I will say this. So those of you who like long-winded gameplays, like going out and just playing, not having to constantly go back to town, Torchlight has one of the most unique and one of the most interesting mechanics that I've never seen anybody else do, and it's just like it made so much. You have pets, but the unique thing about pets is they're like backpacks. You can load, like, say, because when you're playing, you loot a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of stuff you don't need. Well, you can dump that stuff on your pet, and there's a little button, send to town. Your pet will go to town, and depending how far you are, it depends on how long he goes and then comes back.
Nice.
Your pet will take off running. Now, he will attack while he's there with you, but if you send him to town, he disappears, sells everything in his inventory, comes back with the money.
Nice.
I love this pet. It's like...
Can I have one of those in real life?
Yeah, tell me about it. It's one of those unique features. But some of the screenshots from some of these are kind of like alpha, but some of these are more recent. The game has a bit more of a cartoon. And honestly, I'm going to have to say this. World of Warcraft has been creeping a little bit closer to what I like on the art style of what is it? Torchlight and or Torchlight 2 and Torchlight 3. So if you're really like, I think a lot of people that like those games will really like the art style and really like the gameplay. Oh, I'm sorry, I got the hiccups now, and this sucks. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really, really excited. I'm glad another company has decided not to fragment things and have their own launcher and their own service. There's too many of them now. There was another thing. Have you seen the stats that I got to pull this up? This is another thing. We can move on from Torchlight 3. I'm happy. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. I have Torchlight 3 in my wish list. Have you played any of the Torchlight games? I'll have to show them to you. I really do. Do you ever play Diablo?
Yeah, I remember Diablo.
Okay.
But, I've tried playing the new one just because the guys have it at the studio, but
Couldn't get into
it's
it?
involved. You
Now-
gotta put some time in.
Diablo is a little bit more simplistic, more pure play, right? That's Torchlight.
Okay.
Torchlight was made. I think a couple of the guys who originally worked on Diablo, I believe so. I can't remember. Left Blizzard years ago and went to Runic Games, and them and a bunch of other people that they were really big fans of Diablo, decided to make Torchlight, and that's why they made that game.
Interesting.
Give me a second here. I'm trying to pull up this.
So it's still like a first-person shooter then, or with a POV?
No. It's a type down. It's a top down. Click. Constantly mash the keyboard or dunk, 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 dunk. Diablo 1, if anybody remembers, I used to call it the donk donk game because most of the time you played rogue and you just sit there and mash the mouse. Your left click until the mouse died. That's what we call it. That was nicknamed the donk donk game because you just dunk, 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 dunk. Remember that? That was the sound. Dunk, 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 dunk. Let's see here. Steam sales 2019. This one just came out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull this up. I remember I read it before I got here. 19.
So yeah, Jesse, I haven't played any of the Torchlight games. You said you hadn't played any of them, right?
No,
Yeah.
I never really. Especially what is that called? Like more RPG, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of actiony, but it's more just like the overall strategy.
Yeah,
of the
you have
game.
simple quests. It's a
Yeah.
simple storyline. There's a couple of side quests and stuff like that.
I never really gave him a chance. I don't think I ever tried. Like even World of Warcraft, and most of my friends got into that real bad.
I kind of got back into World of Warcraft. I'm starting to pull myself back out of it because I noticed that I'm playing way too much. There's just way too much to do, and
Well, it's like a grind, right? Like you're building.
it
Things
is
up and-
grind central. It is no joke.
Yeah.
It is like the most grind game you'll ever do, and it's one of those deals where you have to devote an insane amount of time. And I've got some friends that they play it a lot, and they have to dedicate way too much time to it. And I know some people that get home from work and immediately hop behind their computer, and if they're lucky, they get 6 hours sleep a night. And they do that every single day. But they also don't have kids. Some of them, they have significant others that are just as bad as they are with World of Warcraft. So,
I couldn't do that.
yeah. All right,
I
here
mean,
we
I
go
can
here.
definitely see how it could happen, but
Yeah. So Steam recorded a new all-time high for the number of concurrent users, with Valve service hitting 18,801,944 concurrent users.
that's a
That
lot
is
of people.
online simultaneously at any point,
That's
one point in
crazy.
time. This happened Sunday, February 2nd. So a few days ago. And exceeded the previous record setting January 2018, which was 18,537,490. Now, that number is how many people are logged into the Steam platform and not the total people actual playing games. There were over 1 million fewer players actually in game at the time, around 5.8 million compared to 7 million as the last time. 5.8 million people playing games, but there's a lot of people. What happens is there's a lot of people that, like, I'm one of those people that don't. Steam does not load up when my computer loads up. I only launch Steam, and I only let a game app run when I'm going to play something. Other than that, I shut the thing down.
Right.
Let's see. There's various theories. I do also. There's a what is it? Steam has also seen a pretty substantial revenue from all their sales of games last year, even though, and they're still outperforming Epic, who is still struggling even with their giving away games. Like, you get free games with, every so often we give you a free game. That's still not as enticing people as, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of really wild and crazy games on Steam. I have to admit, there's so many games that, like I said, GOAT. Another crazy game, and I finally got to play it, was Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your Daddy?
Remember that game that we bought? And we had talked many, many times over and over, and we never got around to playing it.
Oh, that's where you're following the baby around?
You play one. You're one of two things. You're either the father trying to keep the baby alive until mama gets home, or your baby trying to kill yourself.
Wow, that's amazing.
Run around. Let's see here. If there's a fork on the ground, grab it, shove it in an electrical outlet. Oh, hey, look, there's bleach. I've got a video.
Bleach.
There's a video.
I'm thirsty.
I edited it. It's actually on the gaming channel. Me and my daughter playing that, and my daughters were going, "I drank paint." And I was just like, "Where did you get paint from? Come here, you green baby." And it was like one video. It's like me running. I'm playing the baby. She's the daddy, and she's like, "Hey, I found a pool." She's like, "No, come back here." Nope. Plunk right into the pool. I turned purple. Yeah.
Colorful.
It really was. Yeah, Steam's got a lot of the really just goofy games like that. And I bought me and her that Goat of Duty. Me and her are going to play some more. I'll show it to you guys when we're done here. We had a blast playing that.
Goat of Duty.
Goat of Duty. There's not a whole lot of people playing it, but if there's anybody out there playing, it's $10. It's fairly well polished. I was impressed with it. And I'm going to be looking for other people to play with, just to play the Fujara, which is basically push people off a map. If you ever played like Quake 3, that's kind of the same. It basically, to me, it plays very much like Quake 3 did, just in terms of how fast you move and how reactive you are, and just overall how the game feels when you're playing it. It feels a lot like Quake 3. Where are we out of time?
We're at about a little over an hour now.
We're about there. I think we got to get it done because we need to wrap things up. We got to get some stuff done, and I got to be up early tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That's all friggin' adulting thing.
I know, right?
I don't like adulting. I don't. I'm not happy about doing it. That's why I'm here.
Happy juice and...
Yep. Oh, that one went. I'm fighting sinus infection too, so I've been fighting it all week. So this is helping. Alcohol cleans things, right? See, look, it's. Yep.
See, whiskey helps.
The liver is evil; it must be punished.
When you're sick, but it's rum that helps with your immune system before you get sick. Yes.
We'll drink that next.
I drink rum.
You drink rum? And the rum? So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you guys for coming. We'll be back next week. We should be back next week. I don't see why not.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a reason why we're not here.
Yeah, we never know.
But, it's...
I want to thank Jesse for joining us. I know
Thank
we've
you,
been
Jesse.
over there.
Thanks for having
Jesse!
me.
Glad you came.
I'll have to come back and
Got to show you a
visit.
few some tricks. I've also got a few other things I got to show you after this, but we'll do that later. Everybody, once again, wish Zabid a happy birthday. He is older.
Thank you
Over the beard.
for the
Happy
wishes. I
birthday,
appreciate
beard.
it.
Happy birthday.
I'm not wiser, but I'm older.
Happy beard.
I'm not going to spank him, but I am going to yank his beard after the show's over.
Oh, I haven't had a beard yanking in so long.
No, you haven't. So, thank you guys for joining
I
us.
gotta go.
We love you guys. Greatly appreciate you joining us, yakking with us. Tell your friends. We'll be back next week. Also, like I said, I'm taking some vacation time this week, and I'm going to try to get some videos edited. I know I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I keep having way too much going on. So, anyway, love you guys. Take it easy, and see you guys next week. And if you guys have anything, check us out on Facebook, Nerd Cave Show Dwellers, or Nerd Cave Dwellers. That's
Nerd
what it
Cave
is.
Dwellers.
I need more happy juice. Night, everybody.
All right. Good night, folks.